2001, the forgotten vintage. Yeah, everyone was, going for the 2000s, the millennium. These wines are great. It's the best vintage in Bordeaux ever. And well, 2001 got left behind. But the funny thing is as I taste wines over the years, 2001 was a really good vintage. And especially both in the right and left bank, there are some wines that actually are better than the 2000s, in my opinion. So when a dear friend happened to show me a list of 2001 Chateau Dutert that was available, I jumped on it. Well, first of all, let me kind of step back a little bit. There are a few guys in Bordeaux that I truly trust as far as palates go. There are a lot of used car salesmen, for sure. Because basically their boss gives them, you got to sell this, and then they put the offer out, and you ask, how was that? Have you tried that wine? Oh, it's great, it's excellent, blah, 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 blah. But there are some guys that I know when they come to me and say, Tris, this wine is super tasty. I believe them. And that is a situation with this, the Chateau Dutert, 2001. I saw the offer. The price was right. It's ex-Chateau. I mean, look at that cork. Look at that. No osso needed. Although the first bottle I did open, I did use an osso because I wasn't sure. I mean, I was sure it was ex-Chateau, but I just wanted to make sure the cork was good. And it is. I just opened this one with a regular waiter's corkscrew. And so I'm like, cool. I'll take it all. And it arrived. I let it rest for a little bit. And so the other night, I was dying to try it, And so we here in our wine bar, we had kind of some of our regular customers that were in here, and they were buying some bottles and tasting them, and which you can do. And so I'm like, okay, this is a good group of guys to kind of like test this wine on. And so I opened it, we poured it, and I was blown away, literally blown away. And so were they. In fact, I sold 4 6-packs to the 4 guys that were here after they tasted the wine. Because it is everything you want in aged Bordeaux. It's got it all. The cool thing about Chateau Dutert is it's Margaux. It's in the Arsac region of Margaux, so it's got a little bit more elevation than, let's say, as you move towards the Gironde River, which some of the other chateaux are really closer to the river, have little lower elevation. So because of this, they have a diversity of terroir in their single plot, actually. And the blend here is very unique for the left bank. And I don't remember when we did the La Haute de Terre, the 2015, and that wine blew out of here. And for good reason, because it was delicious for the money. And so is this. This is a blend of essentially a third, Cabernet Sauvignon, Cabernet Franc, and Merlot. And that gives the wine a very unique complexity. I find there's no holes in this wine when I had it. And now I'm going to have it again. It's got the tertiary flavors that you are looking for in Old Bordeaux, because nobody in the world makes wine that tastes like this at age. I mean, some of the old Napa Valley Cabernets, we tasted the old BVs and, the old Mondavi Reserves and stuff like that. And they do too. They have that certain, they get that tertiary flavors that kind of give you that Bordeaux-esque, God, I can smell it from here in the glass. But nothing like this. Nothing like this. So again, so we have a third, a third, a third, and then the rest we have Petit Verdot as well. So that gives it a little bit of color and strength. But the interesting thing about Dutert is the fact that once the transition took over from the Gassonon family that basically owned Colonseger and Capburn, and they sold it to the Jergelsma, the Dutch family, and now it's managed by Alexander Van Beek, and still is managed by Alexander Van Beek, great friend of mine. They put a ton of money into this chateau in the late 90s, and especially the farming, because it's all HVE3, high environmental, organic farming, and even back then, which was pretty unique back then. Oh man, this bottle is just as good as the last. Structure. There's still structure here. This one, I mean, it's 24 years old and it still has got many years ahead of it. Black currants, red currants, tobacco, cedar box, oh, those old things you want in old Bordeaux. Man, I'm telling you, the wine it's so silky. There's structure, there's tannin, but it just glides across the palate. And when a lot of times when I'm looking for, like in old Bordeaux, is I'm looking for the middle. The middle is very important. You have that entry, but that middle that gives you that expansive, that expansive fruit. And again, when wines are 20 plus years old, they're not going to have primary fruit. That's what the whole tertiary thing's all about. It's like mushrooms and currants, and it's like beef bourguignon, that's been sitting, and you eat it the next day. It just sometimes tastes better. And this wine, hold on, I'm going to pour a little more in the glass, just to show you the color. So you start to get the little brown edges in there, kind of, sort of, see it? But wow, this wine is spot on, in absolutely perfect spot, and perfectly aged at the Chateau. And that's something that a lot of times if you buy wine at auction, you don't know where it's been. This wine came straight from Chateau Dutert to here. $79.98. $79.98 for 24-year-old Bordeaux from a classified growth in Margaux. Unbelievable. The wine's amazing. If you like old Bordeaux, man, you have to buy this wine. Lay down 6 packs in wood. Fantastic. So I'm going to ask you this. Hit that like and subscribe button. It really kind of helps us do these everyday videos that we do. And we thank the customers that have subscribed to our channel. But Kyle and I, we get just a ton of pleasure out of doing these things, because this kind of takes, like we do, the big write-ups every day for our emails. But this kind of is our passion, like the things we get excited about. And that's the beauty of wine. Wine is exciting. This is not roofing or something, whatever. This is the wine business. And we like expressing our passion. We taste a lot of wines, and a lot of wines we pretty much just, we don't use, And we see our competitors sometimes doing those same wines, and we're wondering, what the heck are those guys doing? Whatever. But we love this, and again, we are a store. We have 13,000 square feet, over 4,000 different wines, so a beautiful wine bar, machines. You can get a card. You can You can try all these different wines behind me, and we do themes every 2 weeks. We change it up, you know. Like right now, we're doing the difference between a producer's Rosso Montalcino and Brunello Montalcino, and that's fun, you know. Then you can kind of see what the difference is between the two, because sometimes, you know, if you have one or the other, you might not know. Sometimes you might like the Rosso better than the Brunello. Anyway, I'm digressing. But that being said, please, yeah, like and subscribe. Again, subscribe to our emails. We do them every day. The videos are attached to the emails, so you know, while you're in your car, you can just get on YouTube and listen. So when you're going to work or whatever, I don't, again, but this one, that one, for sure. Bye.